Hey guys, Jay here. So in this video today, I want to share with you guys about two things. One is going to be a little bit of update on the Autobomber Shrine character. That is going to be very quick, probably a few minutes. And then I will share with you guys the method that I have been using to start doing like profit crafting. So I started the league like this, just a little bit of showing. Right? So I started the league with a couple of like small trade, of course. And then one idol of something here dropped, and I got my first kind of like big thing. And then the second idol dropped, and I got second like little piece of money. And then I started to do some profit crafting. As you can see here, I started to sell quarterstaff, greater hammer, quarterstaff, greater hammer. There might be something in between, but mostly I am selling a bunch of weapons. As you can see here, right? Weapons, weapon, weapon. Anything that is not weapon in this league, in this list, is just random thing that I found on the ground that have decent stat, and then maybe I throw a desecration on it or throw an essence on it, like this body armor or something. Most of the profit crafting that I've done since the beginning of this league is just selling weapons, basically. So you got the idea, right? I want to share with you guys the method that I've been using. There are actually two methods in this case. One involve a little bit more crafting from scratch, and the other one involve in looking for a certain kind of item, and then you just do like 1-2 step very quick to just profit, right? I also kind of want to try this as well, so maybe it'll be another video. I am preparing a different gamble craft here. I'll let you guys know if it actually turns out good. Anyway, first topic, right? So about the Shrine Autobomber character, I found out a couple of interesting things. So in previous video, I showed you guys that I slowed the monster to 190% or something, right? Apparently, when I test further, anything that is above like 99% doesn't do anything else. The monster right now, I think, cannot be slowed to actually 100%. It's just a hard cap, so it's not changing reduction to multiplier like I thought before. But actually, if you just have like 99% slow, it is going to be exactly same as 190%, which means if you want to actually scale the slow effect here, you don't need to be a titan, you don't need to be a chronomancer. So best case scenario, I think the best class is just going to be Blood Mage, Lich, so any class that can give you a lot of raw damage. Maybe even Infernalist if you can sustain the Demon Form infinitely, because right now it actually is quite easy to sustain Demon Form infinitely if you have the Tech Drop Jewel, which is the one that I actually have here, right? So some way somehow all those three classes are actually witch, so I will go back to my Blood Mage, which almost finished the campaign, and I will finish the campaign with that character, and then I will rebuild a version of this thing with that character, with a witch. Probably I will try the Blood Mage first because I already ascended to Blood Mage, so I will do Blood Mage first, right? Another thing that I found out that I want to share is about the shrine damage. The shrine here, this one have only one problem, that it target very randomly and sometimes plain stupid. There's a monster on the screen. It rains meteor literally everywhere when the monster just keeps slowly approaching me for 20 freaking seconds, and it doesn't hit that monster. So the targeting of the shrine is completely random, and when the RNG is not in your favor, it's just not going to do good damage, right? So the shrine here, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in the end because, again, it's very random. The damage, don't get me wrong, the damage is absolutely insane. It's really good, but it's too random. It doesn't actually hit anything. And by the way, we cannot scale the damage of the shrine. It just scale with the zone level, it seems. When I get a lot of fire damage, which I think is the safest thing to scale this thing, right? We don't know if it is a spell or an attack. I don't think it is a spell or attack. And I try to convert it to Purple Shrine, which is the Black Flame Keystone. Very quick test. Long story short, it is not. It cannot be converted. So, in the end, I found out that the damage is just the same. The only thing that you can do to increase the damage of the shrine is actually through like secondary effect like shock to increase their damage taken on the enemy or reduce their resistances through curses and stuff like that. So this shrine here probably is not going to be like a viable thing that we do in the end game, but there are a couple of different other ideas that we can actually apply it as a blood mage to get somewhat of an automated setup and get like screen wide clear. For example, spoiler alert, auto spark, and I will visit that. Probably I will share progression in the next video. I will be away for this weekend for 2 days for a very short vacation with my wife and kid, so there's not going to be anything for the next 2 days, but then I will be back. I will have a Monday at work, a normal day at work. I will still be doing some POE, and then Tuesday I have a day off. So there will be a lot of things that I will do on Tuesday. Anyway, now probably we get to the part where most of you clicked this video for. The craft, the profit craft. So there are two different weapon profit craft. Number one revolve around getting the right item and then improve that item with very deterministic and simple stuff. Resell it so you get more money. So this is basically what I do. Very, very simple. I choose crossbow, I choose quarterstaff, and I choose two-handed mace. What I normally do is I want to filter out attack speed, and the reason why I want to filter out attack speed is because attack speed is actually a prefix. So prefix in the craft, we have the chance to remove the attack speed, which means we will reduce the damage on the weapon. That is a risk I don't want to take. So I just search for things without attack speed, right? Not, so I have not here. No local attack speed on the weapon. Press search, and you can see here we have a 2 divine. This is roughly 2 divine as well, roughly 2 divine. So what do I do to improve the value of this item? Well, if you add this thing, level or attack skill, it is always +6, by the way. It suddenly is 5 divine. So I just buy things for 2, 3 divine, slap a perfect essence, which costs 50 exalt or something. It used to cost like 30, now it costs like 50. And then which bring the cost to like 3.3, 2.3 divine, and I sell for 5. So that is just a 1.5 to 2 divine profit immediately, right? And then if I get like onslaught on it, for example, you can do an extra step here, right? Chance to gain onslaught. Normally it brings the weapon to like a new tier, right? So this is 6 divine, right? So I want to do this. I would just show you an example, right? So search for this. I travel to the hideout. I will get this thing. And I will be teleporting here. I will buy the item. Don't look at other items. Just buy the item. Come back, or you can click leave hideout here. Why did I click the waypoint? And then what you do is you can prepare a bunch of essences before, but perfect. So perfect essence of haste. I want to buy one of these. 16. I will take it, and then perfect essence of battle, 1 for 32. Nice, pretty cheap. The price actually went down, 31. Cool. So what we do here, super simple. Do the haste first because it is cheaper, right? It guaranteed to remove a suffix because all the damage, all the DPS of this weapon comes from the prefixes, which is the flat and increased physical damage. So there's no way you can remove it with this perfect essence. Make sure the crossbow is 6 modifier, right? So it can never, ever remove a prefix. And now what we do here is we just put the essence of battle. There are 2 case scenario it can happen. One, it can remove the onslaught, which is okay. But if it doesn't, then we have a onslaught and 6 level. Yeah, so we have onslaught and 6 level of weapon, just like that. And that weapon is worth 6 divine according to the market. So just like that, I spent a 2 divine, and then I also spent 6 divine here. Let's just say here, let's just do 5, right? I will do 5. Let's just do 5. So that is the whole craft. That is the first method I have been using for getting an insane amount of currency compared to before, where I just farm and randomly got stuff. Obviously, I have invested a lot into testing this character, into buying stuff to test this character, and well, I still have a couple of divines left, right, to do whatever more I want. I also bought a bunch of service run Castaway to get a lot of gold to respec my character and test out different setup. So this crafting method is actually super helpful. So just keep an eye out there for this kind of thing, right? So I would like to say that it is not only the weapon. The weapon is a very easy thing to do, but if you know the principle of this craft, right? Perfect, right? So if you know the principle of this craft, you will know that it can apply to basically every other item. So what you want to know is, you want to know the perfect essences. What do they do, right? So for example, if you have a say if you have a body armor, for example, armor, right? So we look at the perfect essence for armor. We will have reduced critical damage bonus. This is a suffix. Physical damage taken from hits as chaos. This is prefix. This is percent life, which is also prefix. So there might be a case where you have, for example, by the way, how you know it, you go to Craft of Exile, or go to POE2 and you look for affixes, you know what they are. And what do you do with this? Well, let me just open a new search. For example, body armor, right? Let's just say 1000 ES. And search 1000 ES. 4 div. Cool, right? Reduce critical damage bonus. Critical damage bonus. 6 divine. Have I made my case, right? So you are going to look for deterministic craft like this, so you can actually just use one single essence and then profit like 1, 2, 3 sometimes. I used to find the staff market, the margin for good staff and like decent staff is like 10 divine difference. So I used to profit quite a bit from the staff market before it actually just go down eventually. So yeah, this is the principle for the first craft. This is very simple, right? You find an item, you improved it deterministically with a good mod from a perfect essence. So what you want to know is, you want to look for perfect essences. You either do exactly what I do, but when the video is out, even though I am a small creator, probably there will be quite a few people know about this method and do it because it's very cheap and very easy. So what you want to do is, you want to know all these mods. You want to know which mods is good, and then you want to basically learn how to just find a way to exploit it. Normally, I would say, right, the prefixes define an item, like armor, body armor, gloves, helmet, all of those, right? Let me see if there is any helmet. All of those, the base stat of the thing, which is the physical damage for the weapon, and also the armor ES evasion for the body armor, is all like determined by the prefixes. So you need to find essences that modify your suffixes. Normally, it's going to give you some just profit, right? Helmet, for example, let me see. Cold damage recupers life. This might not be good, right? So you want to look for things that are universally good, or a piece of item that a meta build, for example, fob gun, whatever gear fob gun is using that is rare, you can see, and then maybe find out if he use any item that has a certain modifier in the suffixes, and then if it is an essence mod, you can profit from this kind of craft. I hope I explained that well enough. Second craft. is like a it's just like a more complicated version of this one. So this is let's just do a core staff, right? Core staff. What I do is I find magic item. This is heavily based on Woolie's method to craft his mace, his two-handed mace. So this is magic. What I want to find is a physical damage, increased physical damage. This one I want at least 160%, which is around tier 2 to tier 1. Tier 1 is normally quite expensive, so if you don't have a lot of money to start with, you should be starting at tier tier 2 like this, right? So you can see we have a bunch of stuff here. Second thing you need to know about this method, you need to know the base. So normally the base, for example, with staff here, normally it is very simple to understand that higher level base means more damage, right? So first of all, we want to have a required level here. Required level, I want to put it the requirement here. Let me just yeah, just do this so it doesn't it looks more understandable. Okay, so required level 72. So that way you actually remove all the core staff that is low level base, right? I know that, but because I already know that. But if you look around, you can see that the base that you want to see should be around level 72. Or you can go to POE2 DB quarter staff, for example. If you craft other item like a crossbow, like a mace, you should do it. By the way, crafting bow is completely different. Bow is the only weapon I don't want to touch because there's less deterministic on the bow, and people normally looking for like extra projectile, or the bow will not really sell for a lot. So therefore it is pretty problematic. For example, here, core staff, right? You see that the core staff base, you can see it has the new batch here is level 72, right? So this is the last batch of like high tier item. All right, so we want to craft physical. By the way, I am just preparing. These are for quarter staff, exact same as this one, and this is for maces, exact same. So just every once in a while, you can set like live search for this one as well. For example, if you go for this one, sorry, I go back in here a little bit. You can go for example, let's just say you want to find an item that is 2 divine or above or below, right? You go for 2 divine orb, or you go for exalted or equivalent. Right now, I think let's just say 300 exalt, right? And you search. Now there are 2 of it, right? You click on activate live search, and whenever there is one that is that price or lower, it will just notify you. So you can do this. You can buy the item, you can improve the item, and you can resell the item. It's not going to sell like immediately, but it's going to eventually sell very quickly within a day. Normally, that is what happened to me, right? 72. Back to the staff base. Sorry, magic staff, increase physical damage, tier 2 at least, and then now we filter the level. Second, we want to filter out some of the undesirable base to craft physical damage weapon. For example, this weapon have low base physical damage. You can see here, right? This is a pretty low number on average compared to this one, because it also has some lightning damage. Lightning damage will not be improved by any local increased physical damage or flat physical damage, right? So we want to exclude this, and what you do is not here. Lightning damage. And you scroll down a little bit, you will see implicit. No. I'm sorry. Never mind. Just no lightning damage, right? This is okay. And then next one, you scroll down a bit, or you check on the core staff. What the hell? Sorry. I should prepare this better. Or if you check the base on the core staff here, you will see that this Aegis quarter staff is not ideal because it have some block chance. So in trade-off, it have much lower damage compared to the other bases, right? So this one is not good. The bolting, which is the lightning, is not good as well. So we are block, and this is an implicit, right? So remove the block. And let's search again and see, right? Okay, this is not the added lightning damage. Maybe it is this thing. I'm not sure. Okay, let's just block this by having no elemental DPS, by the way. So maximum is 0. Okay, now we remove that. So here are the bases that you can actually craft on, and it will result in decent items. So I am going to, of course, buy the lowest one. This is 25 exalt. Let's remember the price tag, right? 25 exalt. Cool. Now, this time I will leave the hideout. What we are going to do is, I think I still have some of these essences left. So here, 1 greater essence of aberration. This is step 2. We do this and we click on it. It guaranteed to upgrade it to a rare item and also add flat physical damage. This is tier 3 flat physical damage, right? So if you follow Woolie's method, he will be using a perfect essence. For example, right? If you want to follow, and you can do this, by the way, but I would not recommend it, and I will tell you why. So here we have a couple of things, not this one. Essences like this, right? There will be 4 different essences like this. So if you put it into this item, it will add another prefix, and that means you complete 3 prefixes. And this one will add some damage as extra lightning, because I think that is very good for quarterstaff build, because flurry is kind of dominant. If you want to, you can do extra cold as well, but right now I don't think people play quarterstaff and play cold build like ice strike, because ice strike is for hollow palm. So lightning is probably going to be the best bet, right? So what you want to do is you want to do this, and you want to do the omen. So it target remove suffix. So it will remove the stun duration guaranteed, and then it will add this one. However, that is Woolie's method on creating his own two-handed mace. He added extra fire on it, right? Which is good. But personally, if you want to profit craft, I think you should be doing this instead. So this is going to be slightly more gambly, by the way. Just slightly more gambly. And I will show you why. So what you want to do is you want to have a greater exalted orb. I actually want 2 greater exalted orb. Greater exalted orb. Perfect would be too expensive, so I want 2. Let's just buy a couple, right? Why not? So greater exalted orb will allow us to have some decent tier modifier. And then I want to do omen. Okay, I already have the omen here. So this is omen. So basically you use 1 exalted orb, you will do 2 mods instead of 1, and it is cheaper because this thing is cheaper than the greater exalted. So why do I want to exalt? I want to just exalt it to full. I would just do that. So I do this, and it add 2 mod. And now we remove this, and it add 1 other mod. So I actually failed here. By the way, I will want to explain why do I want to do that. So modifier count. If you look at this quarterstaff normal affixes, right, you will see that you have the flat damage, which is really good. You have increased physical damage or increased physical accuracy, which is really good as well. And you have accuracy rating. And you have elemental damage here. So count in all the weighting here, you have roughly 80% chance to actually win in this case. In this case, I lost, so yeah, I would just like do another base. But you have a very high chance to hit whatever mod is up here. You cannot hit physical or flat physical, so that is out. You have 5,000 weighting to hit the physical and accuracy, which is really good. And then 8,000 ready to hit lightning damage, which is also really good. Cold and fire is also decent. Not as good as lightning, but still decent. Why is it decent? Because it adds more DPS to the actual weapon. So when people search for it on the straight market, this show us extra DPS, and so they want to buy it. Not everyone understand that a higher DPS staff might not be as good as having a extra lightning mod, for example, or having a increased elemental damage with attack mod, for example, because people search for weapon, they search for DPS, right? So that is why I want to do this. I want to do it this way, but this time I failed. So what do we want to do from here? I actually just want to do this. Desecrate a weapon. This might be savable if it actually hit the accuracy rating. And it didn't. But, you know, let's just do the same old thing. Essence. Perfect. If I get this weapon, let me just... Okay, you know what? This weapon is savable, but I will actually just move it here. Maybe I would just do another one, right? Let's just do, say, mace, for example. Two-handed mace. Let me see. For mace, by the way, you should be blocking this mod as well. Splash. For mace, you should be looking at this one. Just block the splash. Mace bases are more expensive. Now, it is what it is, right? I think... Let's just buy this one. Alright, 109 exalt. Mace bases are much more expensive than quarterstaff. But they also sell quicker. Okay, I don't have the freaking exalt. Let's just buy the staff again. Sorry, this video should not be this long. I kind of screwed up. Ooh! Now this is interesting. 5 exalt for 3 socket. Yo, what the hell? That is so good. What? Okay. Okay. This is unethical. 3 socket is so much better. Anyway, we will do the same thing, right? Let's just pretend this is 2 socket. Same thing. Essence of abrasion. And we get this, right? That is really good. And then omen and exalt. So we get a little bit of fire damage. That's cool. Let's just add... What? We also have attack speed. Yo, that's big. Okay. So in this case, right, because we have attack speed, things change a little bit. Normally, I would do 2 essence just like before, so I would do perfect essence. If you don't hit good attack speed, I would do perfect essence of haste, like this one. And then I would do perfect essence of battle, like this one, right? Sometimes you get lucky. But now I will only do perfect essence of battle. The reason why is if I do 2 essences, I have 2 chance of removing the attack speed, which I really want on the weapon because it increased the damage. But now, well, it's just only 1. Let's just hope it does not hit the attack speed. Again, it guaranteed to remove a suffix, which is one of the 3 mod below. It does not hit the attack speed. So now. Hey, this is good. Where is my physical damage? Okay, physical damage done. Quality done. Let me just turn on Exile Exchange for price checking this item. And this item is 800 DPS. Let's just say 77, right? So it's 77. And plus 6 attack speed. Total DPS, at least 850. Search, 35 divine. If you are not lucky and get the attack speed, right? So you should be looking at around 650 DPS physical. And then maybe 700 total DPS, right? You should have attack skill. Okay, why is this? I think it's a little bit bugged, right? I think it might be a little bit bugged. But anyway, sometimes you get lucky. I just showed you one thing I got a little bit lucky. Not gonna lie. Let's just don't care about the damage per second for a minute. Really? Holy. 650. What about 600? Ah, because it has 3 sockets. Okay. Now we're talking. I was wondering why. 650. Yeah, you're looking at around 2 divine. This is completely mispriced, by the way. I think this is completely mispriced. No, actually. Yeah, no. Well, we are looking at 2 divine. Let's just say we are looking at 2 divine. I will buy this thing and then resell it for 2 divine, actually. 2 divine, right? So anyway, sorry, this is not very well constructed, but I want to show like a real example. And then a lot of things went wrong and right. I want to buy the Exalt currency. 1. Okay. And I want to buy this item. Cool. And I will resell that item for 2 divine and profit off of it. So, okay, let me just actually get back to my hideout. I think the price of the staff actually changed a little. It went down, I think, because, which is also the reason why my 2 staff here are not selling. It is 600. It has this. It has onslaught. And it has extra. Yeah, only 1 divine. I think this changed a little bit. This definitely changed. The price of this item is going down. So maybe it's not as profitable, right? I'll just sell this for 1 div. And this thing is roughly the same. I'll sell for 1 div. But other weapons might not. In fact, I just sold a mace that I crafted for 3 divine, I think. I don't remember exactly. Anyway. You understand the method of the step of crafting, right? It's very simple. It's quite deterministic. And yeah, this might not be as good as the previous method, but you have more supply of bases. So if you want to, you can do it. If you don't want to, you can just do the flipping method like I do here. This one is way more guaranteed because people already crafted the suffixes for you. You just need to pay a higher price for the base, basically. So yeah, that is everything I want to share in this video. Again, big win on this staff. And yeah, let's just do 35 divine for this staff. Pretty good. This one I will sell for 2 divine. Alright, that's everything. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.